Hello, my name is Victoria Greco. I'd like to welcome you to Navigating the Smoke-Free Transformation, Bridging the Credibility Gap for Philip Morris International. Presenting with me today will be Ashley, Fakhriev, Alexa, and Sotia. We are so excited to bring you this amazing information regarding Philip Morris International's transformation and goals to becoming smoke-free. Within our presentation today, each presenter will be covering a different aspect of the transition Philip Morris is making to becoming smoke-free. I will be covering the company's current narrative. Fakhriev will then be sharing with us the narrative challenges that we are facing. Sotia will be sharing with us the credibility gap that exists between our narrative and the narrative challenges. Ashley will then be sharing with us our key stakeholders that it's integral that we maintain trust with. And Alexa will be wrapping us up with our communication objective. Navigating the smoke-free transformation, bridging the credibility gap for Philip Morris International. Our goal today is to provide comprehensive understanding of Philip Morris International's transformation and the essential communication strategies that will be needed to bridge the credibility gap and rebuild trust with our key stakeholders. Throughout this presentation, key areas of focus will be our current corporate narrative, as well as the challenges to that narrative created through public perception. We will be analyzing our key stakeholders and the role that they play within this conflict, as well as digging deep into the credibility gap that exists. We will also examine how we can work to repair that public perception. From its humble beginnings as a small London area tobacco shop to the current day international organization employing over 82,000 people, Philip Morris International has poised itself as a leader in the tobacco industry from day one. Throughout its rich history, Philip Morris International has set itself apart as a leader in sales of combustible cigarettes. In 2023, in an effort to emphasize its commitment to public health, Philip Morris International announced transformative goals for its future. At its Investors Day, the goal was released that by 2030, Philip Morris International will receive two-thirds of its net revenue from smoke-free products. These products are found to be safer alternatives to the traditional combustible cigarettes that are part of the Philip Morris product catalog. In addition to this, Philip Morris also creates many smoke-free products, including heated tobacco products like IQOS, oral smoke-free products such as ZYN, and e-vapor products. Philip Morris' core message emphasizes its commitment to public health and its goals to reduce the global burden on smoking-related diseases. Philip Morris aims to set itself apart as a leader in the smoke-free future. This narrative is not without its challenges. To explore the challenges to these goals, I will pass it over to Fakhriev.
Hello everyone, this is Fakhri John speaking, and we'll be talking about the challenges to the story. Well, we face the challenges all the time, but in terms of the Philip Morris International, we have four of them. The first one is the public skepticism. The public remains highly skeptical of Philip Morris International claims, viewing the company's shift as a marketing ploy rather than a genuine commitment to reducing the harm. Philip Morris's international legacy as a major cigarette producer makes it difficult for the public to trust its newfound focus on public health. The following issue is the scientific debate. Although Philip Morris's international claims its smoke-free products are less harmful, many scientists and the public experts argue that there is insufficient evidence to prove their long-term safety. The ongoing debate about the true health impacts on these alternatives complicates Philip Morris International's efforts to position them as a public health solution. And one of the highly critical ones following up will be the regulatory barriers. Regulatory bodies worldwide are closely scrutinizing Philip Morris International's new smoke-free products, and some governments have implemented stringent restrictions on alternatives like e-cigarettes, heated tobacco, and nicotine pouches. Philip Morris International's ability to market and sell these products depends on gaining regulatory approval and navigating complex frameworks. And the last one, in my opinion, one of the biggest ones, is the brand association with cigarettes. Despite the efforts to rebrand, Philip Morris International remains heavily associated with Marlboro and other traditional cigarette brands. Everyone remembers the Marlboro Man, the legendary marketing campaign that was held starting from 1955 and gave increase in revenue sales around 300%. Since in 1955, when the campaign started, the revenue sales were around $5 billion in a year, and increased in 1957 to 20 billion US dollars in a year. The, the public may still view the Philip Morris International as a tobacco giant, making it challenging to convince consumers that it's now focused on a health rather than a profit. So there is a credibility gap, and Sophia will be talking about how to close this gap.
Hi everyone! For Philip Morris, a huge challenge is closing the credibility gap. How many people actually believe that a company that made its money off of such an iconic brand such as Marlboro is going to stop making cigarettes? Philip Morris has to change that narrative. The opportunity here is to show that change by action. This graph shows that shipments of cigarettes can decrease by a large amount. Taking action can change the narrative. Another challenge to credibility is the brand being associated with just cigarettes. Despite trying to rebrand under the Altria name, consumers were still not convinced. Philip Morris has the opportunity to showcase their expansive brand portfolio that includes IQOS, a heated tobacco product, and Zyn, a tobacco-free nicotine pouch. Philip Morris needs consumers to disassociate Philip Morris from cigarettes and associate its name with the new smoke-free products. The public is already distrustful of tobacco companies, given their history. People believe that smoke-free products are a marketing ploy. The opportunity here is to not make unsubstantiated claims, but to show that smoke-free products are a better alternative and less harmful. Research has shown that smoking can lead to numerous health problems. Smoke-free products are not without risk, but are a better choice. Philip Morris also needs to close a credibility gap with government and regulatory agencies. They remain cautious about approving new products and letting products stay on the market. Currently, there are issues with Zyn. The agencies are concerned that Zyn appeals to young people. It may appeal to them because of the variety of flavors, the packaging, and also because it's marketed as a safe alternative to smoking. This is an opportunity for Philip Morris to review its packaging, its marketing strategies, and its product formulations. Improvement requires change. Now I'll turn it over to Ashley, who will be speaking about the key stakeholders.
Alright, so today I'll be talking about key stakeholders in Philip Morris International's journey towards a smoke-free future, and why they are essential to the company's success in transforming the tobacco industry. First of all, we have the regulators. These are the government agencies like the FDA and the EPA. These bodies are responsible for developing and enforcing laws that govern tobacco and nicotine products. Without their support, PMI's innovative smoke-free products can't gain approval or be legally marketed. The company must work closely with regulators to meet these safety standards, ensuring that reduced risk products are both compliant and trustworthy in the eyes of the law. Alright, so next we have consumers. These are Philip Morris's end users, including current smokers and those looking for the reduce risk alternatives. It's critical for PMI to understand their needs and their concerns within it. The company must communicate the advantages of its smoke-free products while emphasizing the potential health benefits so that these consumers feel confident in making the switch. Trust and education are going to be the most important of the relationship. All right, so finally we have the public health organizations. This is like the CDC and the WHO. These influential groups kind of shape public opinion and kind of show the guidance of tobacco harm reduction strategies. Engaging with them is essential as they can help validate the public health benefits of these smoke-free alternatives. Addressing their concerns openly can build credibility and demonstrate PMI's commitment to reducing harm on a global scale. By working with these stakeholders, regulators, consumers, and public health organizations, PMI can continue its mission to create a smoke-free future that is not only innovative but also trusted and endorsed by those who matter most. Thank you. All right, so in this slide, you can see the graph for PMI's heated tobacco unit shipment volume increasing from 2016 to 2023. This is kind of showing their increase while the cigarette shipments are now at a decrease within these past 7 years as well. With this is showing the company's dedication to transforming its product portfolio and kind of pivot away from the traditional tobacco products towards these innovative reduced risk alternatives. This commitment is showing their emphasis on the smoke-free products and the smoke-free future that will potentially reduce the harm associated with tobacco use.
Communication objective. The communication objective is to reduce the credibility gap by building transparency and fostering collaboration with the trusted independent third parties. Articulate a clear, scientific-backed message to demonstrate PMI's commitment to harm reduction. Key message. Our focus is on delivering smoke-free alternatives backed by scientific evidence. We are committed to a future where cigarettes are obsolete and public health is prioritized. Strategies. Transparency. Share clear, accessible data on the health impact of PMI's product and commitment to continuous, independent research to back their claims. Third-party validation. Work with respected health organizations and researchers to validate the safety of their products, building credibility. Target communication. Develop specific communication campaigns for each stakeholder, group regulations, public health organizations, and consumers addressing their unique concerns and interests. Conclusion. PMI narrative of transformation. PMI has positioned itself as a company dedicated to creating a smoke-free future transitioning from traditional cigarettes to innovative, reduced-risk alternatives. Challenges to the narrative. PMI faces significant hurdles, including public skepticism, regulatory boundaries, and historical associated with the tobacco industry. The credibility gap There is a disconnect between PMI's stated intentions and how its efforts are persuaded by key stakeholders, creating a need to bridge this credibility. Key stakeholder engagement. PMI must engage with regulators, public health organizations, and consumers to address their unique concerns and gain their trust and support. To successfully narrative its smoke-free transformation, PMI must address the credibility gap by fostering transparency, third-party validation, and targeted communication to ally its narrative to stakeholders' expectation. To close out the presentation, as PMI's effort and dedication is by creating a smoke-free alternative for a smoke-free future with their products and their target is to completely end the sales of cigarettes and believe that they will end cigarette sales within 10 to 15 years, which would be a memorable achievement for PMI and global health. Year by year, they are getting closer to their goal by reducing the demand for cigarettes long term and getting closer to creating a smoke-free future. Thank you for your time.